Which A-level calculator should you buy? This one, this one, this one, or this one, or indeed something else. Hello everyone, hello peeps, welcome back to another video on the mancubs channel, and today we're going to be going through which calculator you should be buying for A-level maths. So we've got some scientific ones, we've got some graphical ones here, and we're going to be talking about the price, we're going to be talking about the availability to buy, the feature sets that they have, how good it is in the exam, the workflow, so is it menu based, is it keybind based, and everything in between. So let's get straight into it. As mentioned here, in the green zone, light green zone that is, I've got my scientific calculators, and in the darker green zone I have my graphical calculators. So if you're coming from GCSE maths, you probably have one of these, or maybe one of these, or maybe one of these. Just pop those pictures up there. And these ones, so if it has 85 or 83 in the number and the model, they will not suffice for A-level maths. They don't have the feature set that will allow you to get the best possible mark in the exam. So what they recommend you to have is at least one of these scientific calculators. So first, if we look at the Casio FX991EX, if you already have one of these from GCSEs, or you got one from your older sibling, maybe you had a hand-me-down, great, keep it, use it, cherish it, because they do not make these anymore. Now these have been discontinued by Casio and replaced by these. Most people prefer this over this because they sort of changed how you work, and thus there's so many fakes online. If you want to know how to spot a fake, what the features fakes have, and like how it looks and whatnot, I'll have the video linked up in the top right hand corner there. So I would not recommend buying this unless you already have one and you can verify that it is real. If you want a scientific calculator, the bare minimum, then I would get the Casio FX991CW. This has the same features as this one, but they've just repackaged it quite a lot. So as you can see, we've got a very catalog focused menu instead of keybinds on here. So if I want to do an integral, I can press this one, but if I want to do an integral on this one, I have to go catalog, function analysis, integration. So that's just one example. I would say it's not as bad as some people say it is. You get used to it. I've been using this calculator as my daily driver basically ever since it came out, and I haven't had a problem with the workflow. I've adjusted to it. I know that some things do take quite a long time, like when I was doing some stuff to do with factorials and binomial expansion and things like that. You have to go down here, probability, then go all the way down to factorial there. See, I couldn't even find it, so it can get a bit confusing, but you will get used to it, trust me. Now what I'm gonna say might put you off buying one of these, but hold on, okay? It's been proven, I think, probably, I've been told, that students with a graphical calculator statistically get a better mark and thus a better grade in the A-level maths exam than those only on a scientific. Now that does not mean you can't get a good grade with a scientific calculator. You can get a fantastic grade. There's people who got A stars, A's, all the good grades just with this. This just simply helps you to check your answers and double check things. That is the main benefit of having a graphing calculator, double checking. So now that we've gone through the scientific calculators, let's look at the graphing ones. Now in an ideal world, you would want to have one scientific and one graphing calculator, just because some things are faster on here and then some things are not possible on here, so you have to do it on here. Now obviously that's going to be quite expensive for some people if you don't already have one. So if you just want to get one of them, then I would recommend getting the CG50. But after September of this year, you will not be able to buy this brand new, because Casio have discontinued it in favor of the Casio FX-CG100. Picture here, you can see it looks the same layout as this one, but just a different color. And it's essentially this one and this one, and you kind of put them together and you get this one. Now I will hear you say, the interface on this one is so rubbish, now they've ruined the graphing ones as well. But I will give you a moment, because we're going to look at that in a moment, okay? So this one is just so good for checking things. So for example, you're looking at a graph and you're solving it, then what you can do, you go to options, calc, solve, and you put your equation and it gives you all the solutions for that equation. A trig equation, you can define the range in which you want solutions to be, from like 180 to 360, whatever. If you want to draw a graph, then you can do that. Like here, I want to draw this graph here. I can do that. I can see what my intersection points are. It just, you can double check everything, and it's fantastic. I will get into statistics in a moment though, because this calculator is even better for statistics. But let's say your school is the first academic year where the CG50 has got its successor out. So some schools, like my school for example, they offered to sell the CG50 to us at a discounted rate, because they can buy it in bulk as a school and sell it at a discounted price. So this may be brand new for 110, 120 pounds, but at a school you could probably get it for like 80-ish pounds, 75, 80, 85 maybe. So your school might be offering that for the new CG100. Pretend this is a CG100 for a moment. If they are, then I would recommend getting the CG100, because it does all the stuff that this one does, but it's just been slightly repackaged. So if I turn it on, for example, you can see it's got a very different interface. This one here has the F buttons, the function buttons on the top. So for example, if I want to jump, I press the one that corresponds to these displays here. You can see these correspond to this. What has happened is a lot of the functions in those submenus that you use the function buttons to access have been moved into the catalog. And I'll get to it in a moment. The catalog in this one isn't as bad as the catalog in this one. And in its place we have these tabs, so we can move between calculation, vector and matrix just like that. And if I go to, for example, distribution, we've got select, setup, results. You can see it's just a lot simple, and it's a bit more intuitive than this one, because sometimes it can be a bit hidden in menus to do things with this one. Now here's the thing with the catalog. If I go on the catalog on this one, let's say I want to go all the way to the bottom, I've just got to scroll, or I could go to the top and then go backwards like that. But there's no keybind, there's no shortcut to go to that point in the catalog. But this one, if I press catalog, you can see it's got these numbers here. So if I want to go numeric calc, instead of using the D-pad to go there, I can just press 4 and it takes me to numeric calc, which is pretty cool. And then if I want to do absolute value, then I just press 3. So instead of here, for example, if I want to do absolute value, here, down numeric calc, absolute value, or modulus, what I can do here, catalog 4-3, I can just remember those key combinations. I can get into my muscle memory, and then all of a sudden, all of those things baked deep into the catalog just become so more accessible because of those keybinds, which is why I think this isn't as bad as people make it out to be, essentially. Now, if you are looking to play games on your calculator, you shouldn't be doing that in class, but in your free time maybe, this one is unable to, in an easy way compared to this one. I may make a video on that in the future, but it's not the focus. The focus here is what's the best thing for your A-level maths, for your exams. So if you have the option to buy this, get it before September. But if you're able to get this one at a discounted rate, then I would definitely go for this one. It's not as bad as people make it out to be, okay? Now there are a few things that I don't like about it, and if you want, then I'm having a full video talking about the Casio Graph Math Plus and the CG100. It should have come out months ago, but I've just been so busy I haven't been able to. Just one thing, if you want to disable each graph and toggle them, you have to go into tools and then select. It's just a bit annoying. But then on this one, what you can do is you can just press F1 to toggle them like that. There are going to be a few little bits that just aren't as clean to do. They've got a little bit of friction there. But all in all, this one is pretty good. I think it's a lot more easy to learn without having to be walked through by a teacher on how to use it. Now, one other thing that often comes up, especially before an exam, is exam mode. So on this one, to go into UK exam mode, it's like, I can't even remember, it's like that, isn't it? Something like that. I'll put the key combination on the screen. You have to know that key combination in order to do it. And before your exam, you have to ask someone in your friends or one of your teachers who knows what's the key combination to enter exam mode. On this one, it's so easy. Look, you go into here, you go to the exam mode app, and then you enter exam mode. Now, obviously, this is for France because this is a French calculator, but the exam mode is exactly the same. All the same stuff is restricted. If you get the CG100 UK version, you'll just have UK there, which is fantastic. Now the question is, should you get one scientific, or should you get one scientific and one graphic calculator? I personally had one scientific and one graphic calculator when I went into the exam. Even GCSEs, if you didn't know, you can do that. But if you are unable to, then that's perfectly fine. You can still get really good grade, do really good maths, even with just one calculator. If you have one of these already, then maybe consider getting a graphing one in addition to your scientific one. Obviously not this thing, but one of these good scientific calculators. If you are looking just to get one brand new calculator for your A-levels, I would recommend going for the CG100 at a discounted price from your school, if they offer it. If they don't, then pick one between the CG100 and the CG50. It's up to you. If you prefer the workflow of the CG50, then make sure you get it by the end of the month, because Casio said that they have ceased production of it. They're just getting rid of all of the CG50s they get, and once they're sold, they are sold, they are gone. So make sure you get it if you want this one. If you have any other questions, please let me know in the comments below. I will definitely be there to answer them. If I have made any mistakes, please also let me know. And that is going to be it for this video on the mancubs channel. If you've enjoyed it, please make sure to like. And if you want to see more random just content, Minecraft, music, any of this calculators as well, please subscribe to the channel. It really does mean a lot. I'll have more calculator stuff coming in the future. If you want to find something else that you're interested in, please have a look at the channel down below. Leave a comment if you have any questions, if you want to say something nice, say something not nice, if you really want to. Share the video to your friends who need this. Share it to someone who needs to do this. It'll be really great if you do that. Thank you very much for watching this video. Hopefully you found it informative. I'll see you in the next video, in a previous video, or whenever. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.